Hi, I'm Jason Carnes with Fumigation Service and Supply. Today we're going to talk about tarping, reusable tarping and non-reusable tarping. First off, I'd just like to say about non-reusable tarping, it's 50 feet by 100 feet or 40 feet by 100 feet tarping. You buy it in rolls. It's fairly cheap, but it's also non-reusable. It works great for certain applications and some people like it. What we do is, as much as we possibly can, is use a reusable tarping, and it is a black and a white background. It is got fibers run through it for strength. The polymers on this can be used for sulfuryl fluoride, methyl bromide, and phosphine with very high gas retention. These tarps are made to hold in those types of gases. There's another type of tarping that's reusable that looks exactly like this, and it has the same weight, which is about 52 pounds per 25 by 78 foot section. So one man can easily carry one of these tarps, but the carbon dioxide tarping is what I'm talking about, and it is it uses just a little bit different polymer that can hold carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a very volatile gas, and it will try to escape if possible. The only reason you're going to lose gas through one of these tarps is because of your seal. Okay, they're very flexible. This is a 6 feet by 12 feet approximately for demonstrative purposes only tarp that we use. You can see that it's very light to handle. You can fold it up. You can mold it. One person can hold if you're going to use it in a grain bin setting, you can put it in a duffel bag, roll it up, put it in a duffel bag, and then shimmy it up or use a pulley system to pulley it up over the side of the grain bin. I would not suggest wrapping a rope around one of these types of tarps and pulling it up. Lots of times on grain bins you can have a situation where there's a bolt or a piece of the bin is sticking out a little bit, and it can be sliced. Now, I cannot just tear this tarping. There's no way I could tear this tarping by myself, but it can be sliced with a knife or by a sharp piece of metal. What you would do is essentially have it up in a grain bin, and you can use the rollback method. You could use it to roll back the grain on top of it, and so the grain would act as the weight around it, just like you would do with the other poly. Only difference is you can use this. You could store it on site and in duffel bags or whatnot. What we do normally with trailers, semi-trailers, is use a sand snake, and you would tarp the whole trailer or three or four trailers, and then what you would essentially do is have it dripped over the side and have about 2 feet, about that far or so, out from the trailer, and you would apply sand snakes. Now be careful, there might be a little air pocket, or some of the snake won't have as much air, and it might look like that. You want to make sure that they're all full and flush as much as you can, and on your next sand snake you would leave about a 2 foot overlap. That way the gas is not being able to get through the openings here. You're not going to lose gas in the tarp, you're going to lose the gas through your seal with sand snakes, which this is the best method possible. To tie this up, obviously for shipping purposes, we would not fill these before we ship them out. It would just cost more, it would be more expensive to do it that way than it would be to ship the snake itself and then fill it with sand at the site or at your office. You use a piece of metal wire, and you would use a folding technique. You can see there's layers of fold, and then you would wrap metal wire, bind it with some pliers, and then put a little piece of tape over it. That way you're not getting a sharp edge. These sand snakes, you cannot bust them with any kind of pressure. They're very, very durable, and you can use them over and over and over for years to come. You just want to be careful when you store them. When you store them, I would store them off of the ground. I would lay them in. I would lay them all the same side, and you would put them on a skid and put them out of the way. Same thing with the tarping. You would fold the tarping back up, put it on a skid, so water does not really get in there, and you don't really want to have water up in your tarp if you're storing it. So we use a skid, and they work really well with that. You're going to have to really try hard to put holes in the skid, or I'm sorry, holes in the tarp or to damage your sand snakes. So you should use some care when you're dealing with them, but they are both very durable pieces of equipment. And if you have any other questions about any of these items or other items that are dealt with fumigations, please call 1-800-992-1991 or visit www.fumigationzone.com and click on our catalog section. Thank you.